Good morning, everybody. It's 8:33, and this is the Mayor Manager meeting of February 17th. My gosh, it's February 17th. In the room is Linda Olson, Alex Dortek, Jade Truscott-Reed, Lucia Magnuson, Nathaniel Sierra, Shawn Lewis, Stephanie Carlisle. There's always this guest on mine. I don't know what that is, but it's something to do with the microphone, I think.
Yes, I don't see an extra guest.
I think it's on my end.
Thanks, Mayor. Stephanie and I and maybe others on the call need to jump off at 8:30, so I'm going to move pretty quickly.
At 8:39.
What's that?
I hope. You right now.
At 9.
Oh, it's at 9. Oh, 8. Sorry, at 9 o'clock, of course.
Okay, yes.
For our supervisors' quarterly meeting. So we're going to start with February 22nd. This is a study session. We'll have the financial update, sustainability plan and program, stormwater utility program update, budget advisory committee issue brief, review, charter amendment for draft election of the mayor, and general decorum in meetings refresher.
Okay, great.
Any questions? Looks like the only one we haven't assigned a time to is charter amendment, I think. Oh, well. And also the sustainability program.
I think there was, okay. So sustainability plan, it's just a 10-minute.
Right.
And then, but last night, so how much work do you think we're going to be able to do on this? This is based on our current goals, right?
No, it is a program that we'd be proposing for 2022.
Oh, okay.
So it's a new, potentially a new program.
How much feedback do you think you need? I think people are going to be excited about it.
Mm-hmm. I think probably this is preliminary, maybe 20 minutes.
Okay.
And then utility program update, presentation 15, discussion maybe 30.
Yeah, what's is the update going to cause a lot of questions or?
Well, it's really the start of the, it's the projects that are being planned, and this will feed into what we end up issuing bonds for against our stormwater fees. So it could be shorter than 30.
Well, let's put 30 on there because you're talking about bonding, yeah.
And then charter election, I'm not sure on that one.
This one's already been brought forward. Do we want to just put a discussion time to it?
Well, so the presentation of it, we don't have all the details worked out, right? What do we need to do on this next meeting?
So the way we left it is that we would be bringing back surrounding cities, mayor's roles, is my understanding. And I think we just didn't have 2 council members to weigh in. So I think that's how it got left, but I wanted to,
That's right. And so is it really just trying to get all 7 of us to say, yes, we want to keep moving on this, or we're going to take the next step of looking at things too? Do you have information to bring us, is I guess what I'm asking?
Yeah, I'm still compiling that. The listservs have been down at CML, but yeah, definitely I'll still work to get as much as I can from surrounding cities done on that. And then I think it was more of we didn't have a full council, so everyone wanted the others to kind of weigh in before we start going down the path.
Yes, okay.
I mean, do you agree? Because
I remember that now. Seems like ages ago we had this conversation. It was just a week ago.
I mean, if you have too much, we could probably put it on the next meeting if that's, but I can have the preliminary information available.
I think it's fine to do it here because then it'll just make sure that all 7 of us want you to keep working on it.
Yes. That was my understanding, yes.
I'm sorry. I hear that. How much discussion do you think we need on this? Do you think, Stephanie, that'll be more of here's what I have so far? What else might you need, or?
Yes, I think it's going to be just a minor update with the surrounding area mayor information. It's going to be essentially the same council communication with that one addition. And then I think the discussion is just with a full body.
Yeah, okay, great. Because
So
I think one of the things several of us are going to want is to have a public forum around it at some point, but
yeah,
'cause
so
yeah.
Do you want me to have that information available at this meeting?
And having a public forum? No.
Okay.
I think that's my view. I don't think everybody's agreed. I didn't hear everybody agree to that necessarily,
Okay, so
but
once there's agreement, we'll start working with that.
yeah. Did someone else say something and I missed it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
And then we have not assigned a time to the charter amendment. Oh, that's what you just did. It's not written in. What's the discussion time there?
I'd say 20 minutes. Do you think? We have 2 more people, we might. Yeah. What do you think, Nathaniel?
I was thinking 15 minutes, but yeah, somewhere around there. So that's fine. 20 minutes is fine. It'll be around that time frame.
Okay. Looks like we're caught up to March 1st. We have study session, few study session items. Budget basics, fund overview, and 2020 budget cycle preview. We have Malley Trust Fund recommendations, wayfinding and placemaking master plan, and stormwater bond issuance. We also have, moving into regular motions, we have a change order for Keeson Enterprises for snow removal at Eve, electronic records information system RFP approval, enterprise fleet management recommendation, approval of RTD elevator modernization proposal, and first reading public hearing of West Cornell and a portion of the associated alley, first reading vacation of a portion of South Huron right of way.
And then we have, go ahead.
Can I add, and likely on the consent agenda, a first reading of an amendment to Title VII, which would be the ability for code enforcement to impound animals. If you remember, we talked about that about a month ago. It did go through the Code Enforcement Advisory Committee and is now ready to come back. And I'd imagine it could be consent agenda.
That's fine. We also have the consent agenda from last night, Council Bill 04 on the Title II boards and commissions. It needs to
Come back
through, but it can be on consent because it was 7-0. Just
Right. Any other questions, comments? We have a few minutes if you want to assign times to this one too. I always like to do 2 meetings of time assignments.
yeah, that is nice.
The budget basics, 15 minutes.
It's just a presentation, right?
Yes, I don't think there really will be much discussion unless there are just some questions about the process.
I guess 5 minutes for any questions or.
Sounds good. Malley Trust Fund recommendations. This is just some projects that they want to do using trust fund dollars.
About 10 minutes. It's mostly moving it forward, isn't it?
I think so. And then wayfinding, this is still on study session. I'm not sure.
They're bringing back the redesign, right?
Yes.
Take a look at.
In the
Right.
final draft of the plan.
Yeah, I think it needs to be a discussion, so 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Ooh, bond issuance.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think?
All
30
right.
minutes discussion, possibly?
I wonder if
Presentation really 20 minutes though? I guess it could be.
it's going to be 30-minute discussion. This is, don't you think? I mean, what are you going to want from us that night?
I think we're going to be needing to just have you, we have to affirm the projects the week before. And then this will just be going over with you what the process of selling the bonds are, finalizing the dollar amount. Although, this is smaller than what was originally anticipated, because I think the plan is to do these in tranches. I don't know. I'll have to get more information from you beyond that for you.
Okay. We have another week.
All right. Is that the end of those items? Great.
It is.
So looking at, sorry, are we on March 8th?
We are.
Yes.
Okay. Your whole meeting will be DDA board interviews.
How many did you get yesterday? And how many do we have?
We got several, so they're just verifying eligibility. And, but yes, we did end up getting several applications in.
Okay, great. And we have to pick 7, right? And one of them is a council member, is that right? Or is it 8 with a council member? Or am I wrong about the number?
I have to double check.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's 7 with the council member, but
7.
We'll double check that.
7 with, okay.
And Jade, can you make your screen just a little bit bigger? And so moving on to March 15th, we've got a study session on City of Inglewood sewer connector districts. That's great. Rate analysis, study session on Unified Development Code, assessment update, and a study session on organized garbage recycling collection. And this is actually going to be digging into the revised RFP that the committee has come up with. And then another study session on discussion regarding potential sale of city properties. We continue to get emails from 2 entities related to our former fire department system. One is from Tejon Fire Station, and Cheryl has asked that this move forward, which I had already asked Maria DeAndre as facilities oversight to move forward. And then the other one is South Metro Fire, who owns now 75% of the fire training center. We own 25%, and we're really not sure why we own it. There's a lot of liability that goes with it. So those are those 2 items. There's also a vacation of right-of-way for Alpine Street, I think. And 2021 Arbor Day proclamation, first reading of an ordinance for stormwater bond issuance, site development plan for Winslow Crane, and that is first reading. And then the first reading of the vacation ordinance for West Cornell, and first reading of South Huron right-of-way.
Those would be second readings.
They will be. Sorry. Those will be second readings.
I guess there, yeah.
On the Arbor Day proclamation, can you just send that out to council to say this is going to be coming up on whatever date it is? Usually we like to I like for us to let them know we have a proclamation if they have a problem with it. This one we've done every year I've been in council.
So do we normally do Arbor Day the month before? Because isn't Arbor Day in April?
It is.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I just saw it.
It is early,
but
that
yeah,
is
it's like April 20th or so, somewhere around there.
Yeah, you're right. It's around Earth Day.
Yeah.
Can you see if that would maybe move to April? Maybe it seems a little weird in March. You're right.
I can confirm with them about that.
Yeah. And there was a proclamation, Shawn, that came through, and Stephanie, you saw it too, about COVID, and what was it? It was an acknowledgement of those who have been impacted. Was that it? Stephanie, did you see that? And I said I wasn't sure whether it was.
Yeah. So I wasn't sure either. That's why when I received it, I forwarded it on. I feel like Shawn, you responded back.
Yes, I did. I just said I thought it would be a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I do
So-
too. I just felt like that guy was trying to get some marketing out of it somehow, and I don't really care if he does or not, but I just thought, who'd this come from? But I think it'd be fine to actually bring that one to council or send it out and ask if anybody has trouble with it.
Sure.
Would you like it in place of this Arbor Day proclamation?
Oh, maybe, because it would be March. Yeah.
All right. We're on March 22nd. Why is that
There's,
not a meeting?
There's currently no meeting. There's currently nothing scheduled for this meeting at this time.
Oh, that's a first.
And then we 29th off, or what is it? Not
Yeah,
20.
29.
Well, is there anything from earlier that's packing a meeting we need to move down?
I'm happy. I know that the next upcoming regular meetings, they both have about four study session memos each.
That's a
We could
lot.
possibly move some of these flexible ones if that works for you.
Mm-hmm.
Works for me.
Yep.
Do you have a preference for which ones you'd like to move, or any ones that you prefer to see sooner rather than later?
Now I think I would leave it to staff to identify which ones are more flexible than others.
Okay.
Okay, we can
My
do that.
preference.
All right, we will do that tomorrow. Okay, we're moving to April the 5th. We have a motion to approve AEC West contract for plan review. Resolution to appoint members to the DDA. First reading of the Alpine Vacation ordinance for stormwater bond issuance. That's all for the 5th. On the 12th, we have Citizen of the Year nomination and selection. May 24th, Board and Commission interviews discussion. June 7th, new Board and Commission appointments approved by City Council.
Shawn, real
Good.
quick, I know that we normally get together to do like a debrief of the budget on a Saturday, like the first Saturday of May. Is that still the plan?
We haven't done that since I've been here, but
Oh, really? I thought we did it last year.
I don't
a
think.
Saturday.
We did it. No, we didn't do it. No, we filled it in within a Monday study session. You're right. Disregard.
I don't think
I
we've
can-
done a budget Saturday since
We
my
did it
first
2 years ago.
council.
No, we did it 2 years ago. We got together on a Saturday morning and spent what, 5 hours on it?
On budgets?
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
Each director went in and presented.
Yeah, I have heard something about that. I'm glad to schedule some projects for you on Saturday, Othaniel.
No, Shawn, I'm fine with that. I appreciate the offer.
I'm just kidding. You know,
Was that-
Maria's approach was really to, give you bits and pieces of it throughout the year and have kind of like a rolling discussion on it in study sessions. But we can definitely explore that if you'd like.
Well, why don't we ask council? Because we haven't really, we could do a reflective, reflection on last year. This was the way we did it in the last 2 years. Is there anything you want to change on it? Because now we have a new director who could, and maybe she has some ideas.
Well, Linda, that may be what's going on March 1st, right? So
Right.
I'm wondering now whether that discussion is going to be longer than 5 minutes if we start talking about what we want to change as part of the process or
You're right.
keep.
Well, let's include that in there then.
What's our 2021 budget journey or 2022 budget journey?
Mhm. Was Jackie Lowe, does she have an idea of how she wants to do this, or is she just going to follow the format from before, Shawn? Do you know?
We are still working that out.
Okay. Well, why don't you two talk about it and think, what do you think is best? And then that day present to us how you'd like to do this. And if we want to do a longer budget meeting sometime, we could put one in and not do piecemeal, whatever, but it would be probably good to get some council input. Did it work for you last year?
Yeah, we can do it.
Can I go back to the DDA for a minute? I mean, you don't have to go back up, but just a question. It seemed we need to come up with questions that we're going to use in that interview. How should we start that process? I can think of some things already. I want people who are really going to be thoughtful about what makes a DDA successful. And I don't know how we're going to ask those questions and how long for each interview. And
yeah, so I think it's really important that you connect with the community development team who is putting together, the preliminary interview questions, or as far as they're kind of leading that. So I would say, yes, it's really important that you all weigh in on what you want those interview questions to be versus just handing those to you, certainly. So
should I connect with Brad on that or someone and then see what they have, and then we can send it out to council like we've done in the past to massage them a little bit?
Yeah, Shawn, would you agree with that?
Yes.
Okay, so would it be Brad or Dan Perrin, but probably through Brad?
Yes, through Brad.
Okay.
Can you just have them reach out to me?
Yes.
That'd be great.
All right, and then I did get a handful of council requests last night. So let me just pull those up.
While you guys are pulling that up, ooh, so sorry. I just wanted to clarify, you said you wanted to change the 5-minute discussion time. Did you want that to extend to like 15 minutes or for the budget overview? Sorry.
But yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I have, sorry.
If you and Jackie talk about it and you want something different, let us know. We got time to redo that one.
If it's all right, I've actually gotten these all clarified with Rita by email this morning. So I think we're good on those. I didn't get any besides the 4 that she submitted. Did you all?
I submitted some as part of the public hearing, so that wasn't a council request. I thought I submitted another. Let me just take a quick look.
I can double check with planning that they got those and we'll be responding in writing.
Did you get the one that I added on to Rita's on the exact phone call that she was referring to make sure that we can do any kind of training around that if there was a problem or if there's a misunderstanding of what happened? Yes,
I actually attributed that to Cheryl, though, that she wanted the recording of the 911 call. So yes, that would be a 5th one. You're right.
I was the one who said it, but then Cheryl,
okay.
That's why she had her hand up. So you can give it to Cheryl.
Sorry.
Matter to me. But I always think, especially if we're hearing a very specific piece of information about a call, that we verify what exactly happened in that call.
Yes, great idea. And it's actually 6 because she ended up also asking for response times for ambulance calls this February. So we've got them.
Right. And then, there were some in the, and then there's a bunch around dogs, right? Dogs in parks.
Yes, let me just read them. How many dogs have been taken into custody and code by code officers at Jason Park? How many dog bites have occurred at Jason Park and Canine Corral? How many citations have been issued related to dog-human conflicts in the past 3 years? What processes and procedures to vet 911 calls do we have? Have changes been made? And then the resident situation. Cheryl, Linda, want recording of the call and the response times for ambulance calls from February to last February.
Sounds good. All right, great.
All right, everybody. I think so.
Okay.
All right, it's 8:58 and this mayor manager meeting is now adjourned. Have a good day, everybody.
You too.
Thank you.